Hello and welcome to the news at 10 on NTA News 24. We are live in Abuja. I am Dennis Adegunloye. The headlines. Nigerian Armed Forces eliminates 3 wanted bandit leaders and their foot soldiers in Zamfara State. Federal government refutes reports on scrapping junior and senior secondary school education. And INEC chairman meets media executives, seeks collaboration on advocacy for creation of Electoral Offences Commission. We'll begin with security-related matters. Troops of the Nigerian Armed Forces have eliminated 3 wanted bandit leaders and some of their foot soldiers in Zamfara State. Defense correspondent Ismail Musa reports that the Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, confirmed this during the closing.
In the campaign is the elimination of the notorious bandit leader Kachala Nafaranshi, along with several of his fighters during an aggressive raid in the forest of Zrumi local government for banditry in the area. Security operatives backed by the air component of the Nigerian Air Force stormed the location, destroyed the camp, and burned down Sani Black's house, forcing him to flee.
The success, he noted, is a product of synergy among the services, security agencies, and the public.
We're able to take out about 3 to 4 major bandits, leaders, and this is to show the commitment and the dedication of the troops on ground. This time around, the armed forces is working in unity, and we're not working alone with other security agencies, also getting support from the populace.
The Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, enjoined Nigerians to see the ongoing renewed fight against criminality as a collective responsibility by providing timely intelligence report to security agencies. This, he said, will enhance proactive rather than reactive operations. From the defense headquarters in Abuja, Ismail Musa, NTA News.
With the commencement of e-collection of tolls on the completed Abuja, Kefi, Akwanga, Lafia, Makurdi dualization project, the Minister of Works, David Umahi, has expressed displeasure with how the tolls are being collected. Saying that it is subjecting motorists to undue hardship, the minister directed the maintenance company to immediately increase the number of collection points, deploy more points of sale devices, and relief stations for public pleasure and convenience. The minister, while assuring road users of smoother passage at the toll plaza, promised to revisit the site on Monday, 10th of February, to assess compliance.
The Minister of Education setting the record straight, emphasizing that if adopted, the policy would make the entire 12 years of basic education free and compulsory, ultimately enhancing student learning and development.
For school-based management.
In a related development, the minister unveils the reviewed guidelines for the operations of school-based management committees in federal unity colleges across Nigeria. This revision is aimed at strengthening bottom-up education planning and management.
Our membership of the SPMC are really old and are not conversant with the 21st century education management and of course operations of the school.
This collaborative framework is vital for tackling the issues faced by secondary schools in Nigeria, such as poor infrastructure, resource shortages, and lack of community involvement.
We want your school to be managed, operated at your own level, with collaboration from all stakeholders in your community. That's the best way we think we can get better results. We can get you educated in a very nice, in a better way. We can create the most enabling environment for you to go to school.
The minister urges with the stipulated guidelines in Abuja. Zen Redding Moon, NTA News.
On electoral matters, out of the 774 cases of alleged electoral offences in the 2023 general elections, a majority of the cases are still ongoing due to delay in the prosecution process. To the media to collaborate with the Commission in the advocacy for the creation of an electoral offences tribunal. Mia Ugudi reports that the appeal was made at a consultative meeting with media executives in Abuja.
A meeting between the pen and the ballot. The reporter being reported. 721 journalists covered the Egypt election in 2024. Great partners. I must acknowledge your contribution to the growth of democracy in Nigeria. INEC Chairman Professor Mahmoud Yakubu to the media chiefs. Yes, another task ahead. Anambra governorship polls November this year. FCT Area Council elections February next year. While plans are on for these two elections, by-elections also on standby.
There is an increasing number of by-elections to be conducted. In the last 3 weeks alone, vacancies have occurred in one federal constituency and 2 state constituencies. In another state, the State Assembly declared the seat of a member vacant as a result of absenteeism following the prolonged absence of the member from sittings of the House.
Sanitizing the electoral process, INEC's major area of concern. 774 alleged election offenders in the 2023 general election. Undergoing trial. Convictions secured in Akwa Ibom, Kebbi and Kogi states, while arrest on vote buying by EFCC records successes in Lagos, Kwara and Gombe states. But the delay in the process, a major wall standing against INEC efforts.
No priority attention is given to such cases as the courts deal with a variety of other issues. It is therefore imperative to renew our call for the creation of the Electoral Offences Tribunal.
That they are doing, that they shouldn't be doing.
INEC, the oxygen to democracy, and it must be encouraged, the media chiefs promised. Mia Ogedi, NTA News.
The Center for Democracy and Development has unveiled its first building, naming it after Dr. Kayode Fayemi, the organization's founding director. The events coincided with Dr. Fayemi's 60th birthday celebrations and the launch of the Amandla Policy and Leadership Institute. Suleiman Abdul Wahab reports.
Of International Governing Council, ICG, John Oda, and the current Director of Center for Democracy and Development, Dauda Garuba, highlighted Dr. Fayemi's pivotal role in establishing the organization in 1997.
I had a tutelage under you, and you were the type that will give all that it takes to all those that worked under you. And what we saw in that was that you had an organization that was well-rooted in research and publication.
The content of your work and the arena of your work has always been Pan-African.
They also acknowledged his leadership in promoting democracy and good governance, both as a founder of the CDD and during his tenure as a governor of Ekiti State and Minister for Solid Minerals Development. The CDD also commissioned a building in his honor to commemorate his leadership, and he himself cut the ribbon to inaugurate it.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Earlier decision of the Governing Council that a research fellowship should be also endowed in my honor.
With the unveiling serving as a tribute to his contributions to the organization.
Civil society organizational input into governance is now recognized by a number of governments in the West African sub-region, is attributable to the role and contribution of people like Kayode Fáyẹ̀mí.
We must have a succession plan for our country, and we don't have to impose ourselves as leaders, but to create opportunity for people to succeed, so that the younger generation can also succeed from older generations.
Oda assured that the CDD would continue to build on the strong foundation laid by Dr. Fáyẹ̀mí with plans for future initiatives, including a research fellowship and endowment fund. In Abuja, Suleiman Tobu Abdulwahab, NT News.
Meanwhile, former President Muhammadu Buhari has described Dr. Kayode Fáyẹ̀mí as a statesman and a leader. On the occasion of his 60th birthday, Buhari paid tribute to a beloved friend and colleague, a one-of-a-kind public figure. He says Fáyẹ̀mí continues to inspire others in all age brackets across Nigeria. He also says Dr. Fáyẹ̀mí played an instrumental role in the coming together of disparate political parties into a single, strong opposition party, that's All Progressives Congress, which did the unthinkable.
Government's confrontation. Recognizing the NLC's critical role in safeguarding workers' rights, Dangyadi assured the union of sustained collaboration to promote fair labor practices. The NLC leadership welcomed the minister's assurances and reiterated its readiness to engage with the government in tackling economic challenges affecting the workforce.
Please continue to do the kind of good work you are doing now. I want to believe that the time, the era of demonstrations, protests should be behind. Now.
And there are some people, there are issues that have been on for 2 years, 3 years. Until they are resolved, they will still be hanging there. I will not bother you with all this, but let me thank you, sir, for this show of love towards the Nigerian workers.
Beyond domestic engagements, the minister also held discussions with a delegation from the IHK Gessen-Friedberg Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Germany, led by its president, Dr. Matthias Leder, and facilitated by Nigeria's former Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, on training.
This is the news at 10 on NTA News 24. Still ahead. Minister of Water Resources and Blue Economy collaborates to boost food production. Details shortly. Welcome back. The Federal Ministry of Water Resources and Sanitation and that of Marine and Blue Economy have pledged their commitment to achieving food security, economic diversification and sustainable fish production in the country. Usman Zubairu reports that this formed the high point of discussions when the Minister of Marine and Blue Economy, Adegboyega Oyetola, paid a courtesy visit to the Minister of Water Resources and Sanitation, Professor Joseph Utsev, in Abuja.
Nigeria spends 1.2 billion naira yearly in the importation of fish and is the fourth largest importer in the world. This has led to the increase in unemployment, higher consumer inflation, and a rise in food insecurity. This strategic collaboration aims to strengthen Nigeria's agricultural sector and ensure sustainable agricultural development by leveraging the country's vast water resources. Both ministers emphasized the importance of interministerial partnership, enhancing water resources management, marine conservation, and the sustainable development of Nigeria's blue economy. Minister of Water Resources Professor Joseph Yusuf noted that sustainable water and sanitation services are essential for public health, food security, job creation, and economic growth. He further disclosed that a joint committee will be established by the two ministries to develop a working document with a clear template as a guide.
We also have other areas that we can collaborate. So for the benefits of our people, Nigerians.
Minister of Marine and Blue Economy, Adegboyega Oyetola, says there are untapped potential in Nigeria's water bodies for fisheries, food security, and economic growth. He pointed out that fish production in Nigeria will be enhanced by stronger collaboration between the both ministries.
Committee will ultimately work out the way forward. The aim is to achieve substantial progress in the process before the end of the second quarter of this year.
It is expected that this collaboration will enhance livelihoods and further foster economic development in coastal communities. Usman Zubairu, NTA News.
Kaduna town has been in total darkness for 5 consecutive days following a dispute between the management and staff of the Kaduna Electric Company. Suraj Abdullahi reports that the Kaduna state government is consulting wide to resolve the standoff.
Kaduna in total darkness for almost a week now as a result of the ongoing electricity distribution company and workers union over an alleged sacking of some workers. Aminu Adamu, a fish seller, is counting serious loss, while Linda Thomas, a small-scale business owner, and Mustafa, who well to earn their living, have their businesses struck due to lack of power supply.
When there's no light, there's no way you can walk. Now you can see we are running generator now. And diesel per day, we are using almost 6,000 diesel every day.
There is no light, no market now.
Due to the situation, if you look at how much is petrol, when you say you want to buy petrol or diesel to use it and work, people cannot even pay that such amount of money.
We have a lot of units that is light dependent. So that really affected some of our services. For example, in our neonatal care, we have babies that need oxygen, that need light, that need photo. Therapy, and because of this lack of light, we've not been able to offer them these services.
The Kaduna state government earlier has engaged the aggrieved parties with a view to finding a lasting solution to the lingering issue. However, it seems no relief in sight. Residents and business owners are hoping that the tussle will come to an end soon, as they are at the receiving end. In Kaduna, Suraj Abdullahi, NTA News.
In the meantime, NNPC Limited has clarified that there was no explosion at the Warri Refining and Petrochemical Company, WRPC. A statement by Olufemi Shone, Chief Corporate Communications. Officer NNPC Limited says reports suggesting otherwise are completely false. According to him, on January 25th,